Yeah.
I can just like edit a little
Okay.
bit more conversation type things, you know. But like, so you've been here for like, what, a year and a half now?
So it was like a year and a half. So I came
You
in,
came from Germany, yeah?
I came from Germany. Yeah, but it was right after COVID. So during COVID, like I gained a lot of weight because I was home and I'm not very good at doing things by myself. Like I do not work out at least I didn't do it. Now I can, but I didn't because I want to. But at the beginning, it was like I would just, when I was in Munich, I was in a gym, but it didn't really did that much.
Like
I
a
went
fitness gym.
like a fitness gym, and then I came here, and at the beginning, you guys didn't have the onboarding program that you have now. When I came, so it was a one-to-one. It was with Jeff a lot. So it was with him. It was a one-one thing, and then
Personal training.
exactly, and then I started with I started with 3 weeks. Sorry, three days a week, and that was like for the first 6 months, and then I felt like I could do more, and then I went to full membership,
Yeah.
and then pretty much I'm here like every day. So, so
Yeah, because like when did you switch from 3 times to 6 times?
that was in summer last year.
So after pretty much 6 months of training.
Yeah, I should say that at the very beginning, because I was traveling a lot to Spain, and then there was a lot of discontinuity because I do travel a lot until I found the perfect balance. Like when I go to Spain, I also have like the friends that introduced me to CrossFit. They go to a box, so I basically buy like a punch card, and then I go there and I train there. So everywhere where I go, it doesn't matter where I go. If I'm in Spain here, or even when I'm in a business trip, I try to find a box and do at least a couple workouts. If I'm there for 3-4 days, I try to work out a couple days, and now that it's incorporated in my routine, like it's part of my daily activities. So like if I'm in Spain, like next week I'm gonna go to Spain, so I just go there, and that allowed CrossFit allowed me to basically parallelize being in Spain till working and also doing CrossFit. Because at the beginning when I joined, if I went to Spain, I didn't work out. So basically there was a lot of discontinuities until I realized that I had to be constant, and then that really changed. So when I decided to, so I think at the very beginning, from October, it was October, November 2021, until April, I was like okay, like I was doing it, not doing it, and I didn't really take it like as a commitment. But actually, the inflection point was when I went to the doctor because the diabetes runs in my family. So I went to the doctor, and then I didn't really lose that much weight between October and March, that period, because I wasn't really, I was doing it, but not really taking it seriously. And then I went to a doctor, and then the doctor said you should start losing weight and taking better care of yourself. Otherwise, because the diabetes that runs in your family, you're gonna end up getting it. So if you don't change the way you live, you're gonna start having. And I was only 31, 32 back then, so you're gonna start taking pills for controlling your glucose. And obviously, I didn't want to do that. So I decided to, like change radically habits, mindset. Yeah, so I started. I think at the beginning it was very. I think the first 10 kilos went really fast. Then it was like a plateau,
Yeah.
and then the real change started because that I started taking it more serious like April 2022, and then from April 2022 till summer, I lost around 10 kilos. So like in 3 months or something, I lost like around 10 kilos. But then I switched to the 6 days a week or 5 days a week, and that's what I saw. Not only that I lost a lot of weight more, but that I gained a lot mobility, strength, things that I couldn't do before. So I did see a big difference between coming 3 days a week and coming 5 or 6 times a week.
And you came 6 times because
Because
you
I
dropped.
thought three wasn't enough. I felt like three wasn't enough. And also because I was in a different stage. I understand that some people might not want to come 6 times a week, fine. But in my case, like coming from abroad, I didn't have any friends here. Like I didn't know anybody. So one of the things that CrossFit gave me here is like a group of people.
Yeah.
So like, first of all, I work in an international organization, so you don't get to hang out with a lot of Dutch people.
No.
And then coming here, I met a lot of people that actually create a community. You get a lot of plans, which is good when you don't have much people around you. So you get like invited to birthday parties, to barbecues. So like people wanna, they're very welcoming. So I think these two things, the fact that you get healthier, you feel it on your daily life, and also get in the community. And this is what I really like about this box, the fact that it is not only you come here to work out, it's like there's something to do afterwards. So like you start hanging out there. Now it's summer, so it's beautiful sitting outside, but now you can, in winter you sit inside. And then people say, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Do you want to come to do this or do that? Which it's really what, I've seen other boxes, because I travel a lot for work and I try to at least do one or twice. And I've seen other boxes, and these, this common area, the kitchen, the bar, the table, you don't get that in many, many places. Actually, there are less places where you get this than when you do that like in here. So I think this is like a very, very, very add-on. Yeah, it's community driven, and also people are very. It's not good for your Dutch because like pretty much you don't learn Dutch here. So if you're coming here to learn Dutch, you don't.
We're very eager to speak English.
Everybody, and also it's like so you're there, and then there's a group of Dutch people talking Dutch, and then by the time they see you coming, they switch to English. So that's actually good for integration, but very bad for your Dutch. But yeah, like and also all the activities, like I'm joining the Ardennen weekend. Yeah, so like there's a lot of things, and I think that you don't get that in many other places. And if you do other activities, you don't really get that. And this is a combination of the two things, what really got me hooked up in this box. So, I don't know, if you're an expat and you want to meet people, first of all, you don't need to be in shape, which is because you get in shape here. And also you don't need to, like you can be, if you think that you cannot lift, you cannot run, it doesn't matter. I couldn't run when I came here. Like I still hate running, but I couldn't run. And then it somehow enrooted in my mind that running is tough. And it is because it was very tough before, but it's not tough anymore. It's simply that I think it is tough because it was really tough. So until you realize that your body is capable to do many, many things that you couldn't do before. Like the stand-up paddling thing, like you gain so much core strength and your balance is so good that I remember having the stand-up paddling before I joined CrossFit. I couldn't stand. I would be falling all the time. And here with the nice weather, I just go everywhere and I don't fall. So you really see a difference in your daily, when you're lifting, I don't know, when you're moving from one place to the other and you have to lift boxes, like it's your entire daily life that changes. And I've done many things, like many different activities when I was a kid or a teenager also in Germany, but there's nothing so complete or that basically changes actually not only your physique, but also the attitude towards exercise in general. Like before I wouldn't dare to do many things. Like I'm not gonna go climbing. Why? Because I can. And now I don't do it because I don't find the opportunity. But I know that if someone say, hey, do you want to come climbing? I might miss the technique, but I know that I have the physical attitude now to do it. And before I did it. So I don't know. To me, it was good. I mean, for some other people might not good, but I would.
Being able to just step in and say, yes, I can do this.
Yeah. So for me, it was great. For me, it was great, and I would invite everybody. Actually, people when they see me, they say, "What did you do?" And I say, "It's just all CrossFit." Of course, I watch my diet, and I had also with the advice from Steph and also from Jeff. It's like there are healthier habits that I got. So things that I did before that I don't do now. But I think that when you get into that mood, when you see that you're doing better, that you feel better, that you're not so bloated, that everything is running better, you get hooked up in that feeling of I am way better than I've been before.
You're in a positive spiral.
Exactly, you're in a positive spiral, and then there are things that you couldn't do, like muscle ups, and then at the very beginning I couldn't even do banded pull-ups. And now I can do butterfly pull-ups and or muscle ups. I wasn't even thinking of doing muscle ups, and now I can almost do it without a band. So there are things that, and then when people see me when I go back home and they say, how is it possible that you've changed so much? And I said, well, it's discipline, but also it's like when I come here, like when I finish work, it's not like I say, oh shit, I have to go. It's like I'm looking forward to coming here because I see people that I know, and if I'm away for the weekend, and then I come here and people say, hey, how was your weekend? Like there is a very positive vibe here that I haven't seen. In general, CrossFit is about community and people are very, very welcoming. But the positive vibe and the welcoming atmosphere that you get in this box, I haven't seen in other places. And also being an expat, it's even better because you might think that, yeah, just because they do things in Dutch, you're gonna be excluded. Not at all. Like people talk to you. Well, that's a Dutch thing. Like everybody speaks perfect English here in this country, but like people don't have any problem. They're inclusive. I have to ask people to talk to me in Dutch, the other way around. So, I mean, there's nothing bad that I can say. So, to me, it was great. To me, it really changed the way I approach physical exercise and the way that I approach daily activity. But yeah, I don't know.
How's your goal for the next year and a half?
For the next year and a half, well, there are things that I cannot do yet. Like I cannot do handstand walk. I want to do that. But at least I can stand now. I can do like an almost freestanding handstand that it was impossible to me to do. I want to do the muscle ups without the band. What else I want to do? I want to be able to run more. Like I really want to focus on running more because I want to do the IDOCs. So I want to run more. So I think competition also, even though I know that this box is not competition oriented like there are other boxes that are way more competition oriented, which is fine. I might start thinking about going to some competition because that's also another thing. You think that competitions you have to be a pro, but not necessarily. There are competitions at different levels, and there are people, because I've seen it in Spain, and Spain, most of the boxes in Spain are more competition oriented. So because Spain is more, at least the ones I went to, and I went to several, they are very competition oriented, but they also have a very good community. But there I'm not objective because it's in my home country and my native language. So that I might feel biased. Like it's more welcoming because they're just talking to me in Spanish and it's in Spain. But what I can say is that I've been to other boxes in the US, for example, and they're not, the vibe is not like in here. Or I've been to boxes in France, or I've been to boxes in Germany when I'm on a business trip. It's different. It's different. Like this particular one here is like it's like the atmosphere. And also the motivation, you need to tell the coaches what you want to do, and like you guys will navigate you through, because everybody has its own strength. Like for example, in my case, I'm very good with my lower part of the body. Like I have a lot of strength on my leg, but I miss a lot of chest and upper body strength. So every time I am asking you or asking Sam or asking Nick, like, hey, am I doing the push-up right? Hey, am I doing the bench press right? And then Nick will come and no, you have to do this and you have to do that. And like, you can point out even though you guys know more or less who can do what, but it's really good when you ask for advice and they take the time. And I think this is what makes this box good, the fact that you don't have big groups, and like it's very individualized. Like it's very, like everybody, so every coach knows you by your name and they know what your abilities are, what your strengths are, and what your weaknesses, which is even more than your strengths, your weaknesses. And so my goals are better upper body, which I need to, because I think the weakest part of my body is my chest, by far. Like it's absolutely decompensated. Like I can do back squat max 110, 115 kilos, and I can barely bench 50 kilos. So I think it's totally uncompensated. It's totally out of balance. And so I want to focus more on my chest. I want to focus more on finally doing the the muscle ups and the handstand walk. And of course getting better. I'm getting better mobility, hip mobility. Yeah, so.
Lots of things.
Let's see. I mean, I'm planning to stay, so.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I talk a lot. Eh? I could talk for hours.
I have plenty of material.
You have plenty of material that you can cut.
Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load the full version on YouTube and then put that in the CSC app for
Okay.
members to watch, and then on the Instagram I'll take out a couple of highlights.
Yeah.
I'll stick them together.
Yeah. You have my permission. I do consent to publish. It's fine.
But this was very good.
Yeah?
It's like the second time you actually spoke from your emotions.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the reality. Like when you're an expat and then you come here. Also, the Netherlands is very welcoming to expat. More than don't quote me on that. More than Germany, but the Netherlands it's a very easy place to move in to. But also especially here, like everybody, like you have Eliane, Elisane, Dennis, like people are super welcoming. Like people are, like they I do admit that if you are an expat in Spain and you don't speak Spanish, they will never ever invite you to any birthday party, nothing. It's not about, I think it's that the language is a really big barrier. So like if you're not fluent in Spanish, they're not gonna hang out with you because the effort for most of the people to include you in an English conversation is so high that it's not about you. It's simply that they don't want to do it or they just can't. Whereas in here, like when you invited me to your birthday party, it's like it doesn't matter that it's not that I don't understand anything of that. I do understand things, but like it doesn't matter. Like people just include you, and I think that's a very good thing. Some people say that shouldn't be the main thing why you come here. I think the other way around. This could be a very good box for training, but if I didn't have the social and community side, I don't think I would be coming here so often. I would treat this more like a gym, and then I come, I work out, I do what I have to do, and then I go. Whereas here, every time I'm away and I have to come back to the Netherlands, I'm looking forward to coming here again because I'm seeing the people that I like and people that I hang out with. And I think this is important. That's my story.
Very good.